And timer starts now.
Hi.
Alright, so you already saw Cool run,
Ihr glaubt, ich habe Mitleid verspürt, als ich die Zerstörung sah? Oder ich
or
sei
did you?
nachträglich gekommen,
Were you like
wie schnell eine
all the
Heidenwelt in
time
einen Albtraum
watching the
verwandelt
run,
werden kann?
or?
Ihr irrt gewaltig.
I was
In
like
diesem Moment hatte ich nur eine Sekunde.
AFK
Ich wollte in meiner ersten
during
Schlacht für meinen Vater Ruhm und Ehre.
the bridge section, I think.
Ah, okay.
Wait, was I? Oh, during caves, yeah.
Ah, the unimportant part, I guess.
Yeah. There's not really much going on.
Yep. Alright, well, let's start there. I guess it's not much going on, just some movement things.
Yeah, at this point you had no idea what was to come.
Yes. At this time I was, at this part I was talking, oh yeah, I'm gonna do puzzle skip again.
Yeah, I think, were we talking about the cutscene skip after the last sword skip? Like we were talking about how, or you said why people don't do it, and then in this run you didn't do it either. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. But I didn't even expect to get there. It's just because when I was practicing that trick, it was, yo, it's so easy. Why people don't do it? And of course, I would go for it if I did it at least once before this start of the run. But yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird trick. It doesn't really make sense to not do it, but I don't think I do it ever. It's just I have some memories of failing it, so yeah. If you fail it in a good run, it really sucks.
Yeah. And it's towards the end, and you save like 7 seconds, I think.
Yeah, like the run's pretty much over already. Like you just have to finish it.
Yeah.
So why would you risk anything?
I mean, it's not technically over because there's still Vizier fight.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you go for, of course, the newest strat, the damage boost
Soll
way.
ich beim nächsten Mal von hier ab weiter erzählen?
Yeah, that hasn't been a thing for too long.
When was it actually discovered?
Yeah, when was it discovered? I
Und
think it
dort
was around
lag
the same time
außer
we did
Reichweite,
elevator skip,
der Dolch der Zeit.
and
Eine
yeah, I think it had to do
würdige
with
Trophäe
the
für den
segmented
Sieg in meiner
run.
ersten Schlacht.
I think we started looking into it at
Wenn
that
ich ihn
point
doch nur erreichen könnte.
because oh wait, no, actually it was earlier because it caused the segmented run kind of. Yeah, we found the enemy clipping, like the first fight skip. That was found, and then someone figured out you could get out of bounds at the Vizier fight, and then Vinny found the damage boost, I think. So yeah, it was really cool. But then it was really inconsistent, so I kind of made a setup that we do now.
Oh, there is an actual setup?
Well, the thing you do with the dagger attack and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, okay, that's actually very helpful.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was like setting him perfectly, but I never did dagger attacks, so it didn't work.
Yeah. It's kind of nice how that works out.
Yep. I actually tried to do the dagger counter if that would make any better thing, but I don't know. Dagger works, so just use dagger.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually first fight skip was found really long ago by Hinafu. I don't know if you know about that.
I mean, I know Hinafu from like a community Discord.
Oh yeah, yeah, but you don't know that about how the skip was found.
No.
Right. So he got the skip by accident, but he didn't record it. So he recorded afterwards and then like rewinded or something. It was really unclear what he did. So then it was like took like 2 years for someone to try it again, and then Joe, he tried to like jump over enemies at the door and stuff, and he just clipped through in like 10 minutes. It was really crazy. So then we started looking into how to actually do it. And then I came up with this setup you see here, yeah. Because before it was thought that you had to knock the enemy down, but then I figured you could just have him in the state where he's just like half dead.
I assume that knocking down an enemy is even harder to get it right.
Yeah,
because they're in his fixed position, you can change it at all.
Yeah, and also the way you knock him down influences his body position. It's really weird. So if you would jump over him from left to right, then it's different than from right to left, for example.
Also, what I found is like the rotation of enemies like very important. Like if he's like diagonal a bit, and you see his foot being over the line, doesn't mean it will actually work, because it's just the rotation. So
yeah,
it's like
the
you kind
hitboxes
of need to be
weird.
important. Like you need to know when it's the right. But I just do it by feeling. Like I don't particularly have any setup there. Just
yeah, well,
more
you
to
have
the
to set
right
up.
of the middle and his foot over the line. That's kind of main
Well,
thing.
that's the setup.
Alright,
you just have to set up in your head, I guess.
Yeah.
I do as well. Like
I never really practiced with like having a setup in mind. I just knew that enemy needs to be like close. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a better way to do it, because then you just know it instead of having to look at stuff.
Also, Artie Killer, thanks for. Congrats.
Gebt mir den Dolch.
Wer seid ihr?
Ich bin Farah, Tochter des Maharajas, dem ihr den Dolch gestohlen habt.
Nice German
Das ist euer Werk.
voice.
Oh yeah, why do you have the game in German anyway?
Und wir teilen
Well.
sein Schicksal.
It's stupid.
Eure Tat rückgängig zu machen.
Euer verräterischer
It's
Vizier
fun.
brauchte eben diese Waffe. Von nun an vertraue ich nur noch mir selbst.
Now people are gonna think German is fast. Hey, it's okay. I was totally not trying to trigger any German people in the chat or anything.
Los. Alright. Now this stork here is. I can't do it consistently. Like, I mean, I'm doing it consistently, but like, getting it nicely. Like, you'll see. You see. Okay, I turn.
I think it was pretty smooth, or was that the run before that?
Oh, I actually did do it nicely.
Yeah, this was really smooth.
But normally what happens is I either go with torque too far, so I end up falling from that bookshelf, which causes like 2-second time loss, or
Yeah.
I die. Yeah.
Hör auf, ein Feigling zu sein.
Hey guys. Oh, let's see how this area is done. I wonder if there will be anything new to an actual run.
Actually crazy.
But this is just a casual box movement. Oh. Let's see when they release.
Wow. That was pretty close actually.
Yeah.
You
But
almost
I mean,
fell
it's
off.
always close.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also, to flip the box back straight, I just use the same trick you do at the start, but backwards, like the lines on the box.
Also, this was horrible.
It's not really necessary, I guess. Yeah, the box was not straight.
Yeah. I knew the box
So
wasn't straight.
I think
but
you
was
didn't have to walk back there. I think you were
like,
just on the line.
I
But
wonder,
we'll
because
never know.
yeah, because normally when I did practice, I mean when I start practicing, just today, by the way, I noticed that you never actually hit the checkpoint for the next area to load, or the trigger.
Trigger,
So
yeah. I mean, yeah.
it's weird.
Well, I
Also,
grinded segment and I always took a chance if I hit it or not.
also hopefully this is. Oh no, it is.
Oh yeah, this is that right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, here you have to
Everyone,
rewind
close your eyes.
way further back because
Yeah,
the ledge is very sensitive.
this did not happen. Never saw this.
It's fine. I mean,
Embarrassing.
you gotta bleed the time somewhere, otherwise this would have been like 104.
No rewinds. Pressure is on. I'm just kidding. Actually, there was no pressure until I actually got first try. Actually, let's get to that
Everything.
point. Whoa! Did you just spoil?
I mean, how else do you get a 105? I'm just guessing.
Zipping. Oh no! I didn't.
It's pretty smooth.
I know you can actually skip this tiny slow cutscene, like the when you enter this area.
Really? How?
Yeah, just go around, but it's not work
Oh.
because
Yeah, it's just slow.
yeah, it's
I
like
think
5
I've
seconds.
done that actually, yeah. Probably tested that. Damn, I'm in the chat speculating if Toka would grind again if you beat him, and then you beat him in the very same run.
Oh my god, really? Oh shit. Oh yeah. Also, the worst that fight, I think.
Yes, not great.
But you were here that fight before that as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because oh, oh, these are just horrible. But not much I can do, honestly. Just
Yeah,
RNG.
it's just a hard fight. I mean, it's the only fight we do now, so
Yeah.
not too bad. There's a couple strategies you can do, like fighting close to Farah.
I never liked to fight close to Pharaoh. Like, do you see what's happening? Like, I stepped one enemy wrong, then I stepped another one wrong, and then I stepped that by accident. Like, what's going on here? Like, why, game?
The auto targeting.
Yeah.
It's a nice move.
The amount of troubles I have with this fight after I stopped doing NMG is just insane.
Ich merkte,
Oh,
dass
goodbye,
der Dolch die
Smash
Zeit
Hits.
anhalten konnte, wenn ich genug Sand gesammelt hatte.
Good luck on writing more
Aber für meine Feinde.
fictional stories about World War II or whatever.
205 ending the fight. I mean, let's just say this is normal.
Tut mir leid.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
Just a
could
bit
be way
unlucky.
worse.
Vater zu verlieren.
I think last round you reset after that, right? Because it was too bad.
Yeah. I lost like 30 seconds at that fight, plus I made another mistake.
Ah,
But I was minus 50 before entering that fight again, I think. But I guess at least I didn't need to drink here. It's cool. Sometimes you
Oh, yeah.
have to.
Und ihr hattet Sorge, dass ich nicht mithalte. Ich decke euch.
Besser nicht. Nachher trefft ihr mich noch.
Yeah. I set my game to crash at specific time. That's how I quickly restart my game.
Oh. Sounds like cheating to me. I mean, hitting Farah twice here is... I don't think you can make it. it's too much.
I will try it. And I will prove it that
Like,
it's
I mean,
possible.
maybe if you can find a good way of turning the lever without being able to see it or something.
Would that actually make a difference?
Well, when Farah dies, you don't get to see anymore where the prince is. You have to make a full circle. Or like, you have to still do 3/4 or something.
Yeah, but you just
So
hold
I'm
the
not
same
sure.
direction for a bit longer. Just
I'm
like you
not
do now.
sure that always works.
Yeah, it can be a bit finicky, but you know.
Ich bin hier unten.
Whatever.
Da seid ihr ja. Wir sollten uns nicht wieder treffen. Gut? Es ist so ruhig hier.
Also, how do you move in this cutscene?
War auch schön.
I didn't get the thing. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same trick you do at the start of the game. Like the two
Kleines Wesen.
cutscene at the 2-minute mark. You just spam the landscape button basically.
Oh, okay, just spam. I thought there was like
Wo sind wir
specific
hier?
point, like
Wir
when you
müssen
need
einen
to
Weg
like
nach
click
unten
the
finden.
alternative view.
Yeah, well that is the trick, but you do it by just spamming it basically. Getting like I mean, Toka and I have done it so much because we do it all the time in races to meme. Or we used to do it, I guess. So then you get the timing down. Is this rewind trick consistent for you?
Yeah. I don't think I don't know when was the last time I failed any rewind tricks, honestly. Beside observatory.
Yeah, if you do this rewind trick in 3 cents, you can do the segmented route.
Oh yeah, this
Oh, this.
beautiful setup.
Dude,
But
the camera
but
is so horrible.
But the problem here is, I know if I jump and I'm slightly off, I'll die. There's like,
Yeah.
it needs to be perfect or... So yeah. Can this
Oh, wait.
stop, please?
that
Holy
took
shit.
so long.
Yeah, I just lost around 18 seconds at this part,
Yeah,
if not more.
that was crazy.
Bleib!
But yeah, I dare anyone to do it with controller. Like, sometimes you just can't get it. Impossible. But sometimes you do like full rotation and you stop and you're like perfect and you just jump. So nice when that happens. But you know, you gotta feed the RNG with some bad movement here and there.
Yeah, maybe if you got that jump earlier, then you wouldn't have gotten other things.
I mean, maybe. Also here, when you go left, you just hold analog stick fully down and wall run. That's the wall trick to get that wall run backward.
Nice.
Simple.
Wo sind wir?
Das war des Sultans Bestiarium.
Plus
Should we
20.
also be like explaining stuff about the game? Or is it just for
Uh,
people who already know the game?
I mean, explaining it would be quite a bit of trouble. I don't know.
I mean, up to you. I don't know if you want to put it on YouTube or something.
I mean, yeah, I'll put it on YouTube. And... But... mean, there's a lot to explain, that's the point. I mean, like for example, this very trick with box is already like a lot of things to explain, I guess. But I guess those that will watch this and don't know all the tricks, a lot of things are on YouTube explained in details, like a lot of tricks. There's like playlists and so on. You can check if you're like particularly interested in specific trick done in throughout this run.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's actually segmented Zipless done by the community, and they revealed the run at ESA, so you can watch that. They explain most of the tricks there, and everything is done perfectly or flawlessly, so
Almost.
that's better.
Wait, what do you mean, Grizz? What the heck? I take personal offense to this comment. We were talking like all the time. Explaining stuff.
Also, I hate first-person glitches with boxes, honestly, just stupid.
Wait, what? You hate them?
Like, for example, this trick. I do it as
That's
every
beautiful.
other time, and boom, I stop, and I stop. And then I stop. And I just horrible.
Just gotta do it right.
Right skill.
Gotta get a feel for it.
I mean, I normally have feel for it, but if I get that awkward camera, I just can't.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
can't.
awkward.
Weiß nicht. Könnt ihr euch nicht
I
durch
can't
einen
do it.
Spalt oder so zwängen?
Normally my camera is like right in front of, or not in front, like nicely behind Prince, and I can just like move nicely the box. Sweet. Also, Toka, I'm sorry, I didn't do this skip here.
Oh, you didn't.
I'm very sorry.
How are you an NMG runner and you don't do this? Also not doing crib and strats over the spikes. Disgusting.
Who is this guy? Honestly, such a bad runner.
Everyone mentioning it.
And I think I know how to avoid this bird now.
Be fast.
But before you start rolling, make sure Prince is facing the direction where you need to head, because sometimes if you do roll too quickly, you will do it like not directly towards the path you need to take, so it's like slower. So just wait a tiny bit and it should be fine.
So scary section coming up. Oh wait, this isn't live.
Excuse me. Don't you see my game input? I mean, gamepad input viewer?
Where's
live.
the hand cam?
Wartet auf
It's
mich!
no proof.
Wartet auf mich!
I actually can't believe Scarabs didn't block me, honestly. Rare occasion.
The run, the run was blessed.
Now let's see if this area goes smoothly.
Get your bets in, guys. Did he crash or not? Yeah, I like to see the walk technique there. It's really good.
Okay, guys, focus now.
This is pretty funny actually.
How did that make it? The lady actually pushed that enemy further away from me. Are you kidding me? Like, why was she mad? Ah. But also, shoutouts to Gris, because he taught me to not stand too close to the wall, and that's how I, from that point on, kind of always get skip. So, thanks, Gris. Also, this jump from the closet is unnecessarily pressure high jump.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even that it fails ever, but it's just scary.
Because the moment you fail it, it's GM.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's like very noticeable, but enemies there, I think that takes like 2 seconds before they spawn to your face, so I just do normally 2 rolls and then I don't stop rolling, because if they spawn right in front of you, you would just normally jump in air. It's like a nice thing to look for.
Yeah, the spawns are always on a timer, or like an interval.
Yeah. Did I fail this the first time? Okay, no, I didn't.
Spoilers.
No, I meant the ledge there, but okay.
Oh. Easy.
Easy. Do you need setup there? Nah. Why would you need setup there? Oh yes.
Nice blocking.
If it's not in bats, it's here. It needs to be somewhere.
Do you never check if it's loaded? Or like loaded on purpose?
I saw Tuka just doing it and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll just do it as well.
Okay.
I don't... yeah. I'm sorry that I didn't check.
I think there's a thing. If you stick to the left, then it usually loads.
Oh, usually. Alright then.
Yeah, well, can never be sure in Prince of Persia, right?
True.
Like, the consistency cap in Prince of Persia games is already like 90%.
Die Tafel der Soldaten.
Cannot go over
Der
that.
Geruch von Essen drang noch aus der Küche. Wenige Stunden zuvor saßen hier Männer an den Tischen, die beim Abendessen kameradschaftlich
Oh, funny
miteinander
camera.
lachten. Wie die
Yeah,
Männer
why don't
meines
you do that?
Vaters in
It's so
Seraph
funny.
in aller
I
Ruhe.
hate that.
Sich
But it's
voneinander
funny.
fühlten. Wie
Yeah,
sollten sie
it's so
ahnen, dass der
funny
Feind
seeing
von
it for the
ihnen weg war?
2000th time. It's so funny.
Hey guys, did you know that if you jump into this cutscene, you get a funny camera? Oh, nice
How's the
enemy
run
at the wall.
going? This is actually already recorded run. The run I did today. So yeah, let's just say it's going good. Okay, very funny thing coming up. Because of course. a lot of funny things happen in my runs.
Like how even? 'Cause you can't
Exactly.
stand there. He even falls down. How does he stand? So dumb.
And obviously, I'm kind of in that state. Like, okay, if I fail the rewind, there's no backup because I had 3 rewinds because of that stupid thing. So whatever.
Well, there's a thing I like to call fast rewind fix. Sometimes if your rewind or your rewind trick doesn't work, you can fix it by doing a fast rewind instead.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice game. Oh, no slow-mo for this area. Oh, never mind, it's free.
Who needs it? Wasn't this where something was not working for you or something? Like the jump up here?
No. But I did mention that no matter how like nicely I set up this, it's a lot of times random.
Oh.
Also here, I don't know if people don't know this, but tap backward or like forward depending how you take it, and then jump up so you don't get that stuck prince animation. Very useful to know. And boom, my game will restart in 2, 1. What? Oh.
Jeez. Using third-party tools to save time. Yeah, why do you have that noise?
It's of DXVND. It's from X Input Plus, so that I can use my controller. So I bind my
Ich bin hier
so for
oben.
example, the keyboard press up and
Dort
left
unten
I
ist ein
bind
großer
on
Balkon.
D-pad,
Kommt, ich zeige ihn euch.
and that program makes the noise every time I launch the game. So it kind of like makes it sure that it is running.
Ich komme zu euch runter.
I see. Yeah, it kinda does, Grizz. Oh, I'm going for the early trigger hit.
I
Weit
never
weg.
bothered
Ich kann
to
nicht springen.
readjust my line there. If it works, it works.
Ich weiß, wo ich bin. Dieses Tor zwischen den Bädern. Findet ihr den Weg dorthin?
Klar, der Weg von hier zu den
I mean,
Bädern
at
sollte
one
leicht zu
point
finden
you're
sein.
like,
Gut.
should I
Ich treffe
readjust
euch
my
dort.
line for like 0.5 second gain? And it's such a long run, it's like, whatever. Plus, the game is so random
Ich
that
frage einfach das erste Sandmonster, das ich treffe.
I just don't
Könnt ihr mir den
care.
Weg zu den Bädern weisen? Vielen Dank. Psst, nicht weitersagen. Zu meinen Lebzeiten war ich Bademeister.
I remember being too scared to
Ich treffe
torpedo
euch in den
down
Bädern.
without the ladder.
Sie gibt mir
Like
Befehle wie eine
way
Diener.
back, and then Cribben bullied us
Ich bin
into
selbst
doing
schuld.
it.
Frauen muss man von Anfang an zeigen, wer das
Good
Heft in
times.
der Hand hält, oder sie wickeln dich um den Finger. Ich war zu nachsichtig. Vielleicht, weil ich mir Sorgen gemacht habe. Das hat jetzt ein Ende. Jetzt kommt sie, eine kurze Leine.
Gaze movement's always a nice place to calm
Habt ihr
down
die
a
ganze
bit.
Zeit auf mich gewartet? Ich wusste nicht, dass ihr diese Bilder
Calm
macht.
down, yeah, sure.
Ich war bei den anderen
Just
Bädern am
do
Ende der Stadt.
Some
Ich
smooth
nahm ein
movement.
heißes Dampfbad. Schade, dass ihr nicht dort wart.
And then do the jump.
Hör auf, Selbstgespräche
Disgusting.
zu führen.
Oh yeah. I know that you and Toka do that jump, but for me it's just not there. Hey, Funky. Good luck, thanks.
definitely need it for the next run.
Thanks for good luck, guys. I'll try not to suck. Now, does he break the pot? Of course I did. I knew a
Oh,
razor
the
was
run
in
is
chat.
valid. Yeah. He was lurking all this time just to check if you broke the pot or not. Ah, the classic 4 small steps or climbs. Good setup.
I was going very far here. I could stop a bit quicker.
When this skip was found, Asko actually betrayed us. He made up that we had to jump into a trigger there. Well, he didn't actually make it up, but he thought that you had to, but there was no trigger. It's kind of funny.
Also, here you can ignore bats, you can just jump, but sometimes it's a bit risky.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
mean,
of
lots
scary.
of time. So,
I
just
made an
don't do it.
alternative version of that skip where you jump off earlier, so you don't have to deal with the bats at all, but it doesn't save. Like, it's
Also-
basically the same time.
If you guys saw, I almost failed the ladder jump there, but I knew I would grab it, so you know, just for the memes.
Yeah, this is where the real stuff begins. Kind of.
Let's see how I messed up something.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, here.
Oh,
The
that's pretty
positioning
far
here was
right.
perfect, but then I changed my foot to different direction. Wasn't that like the main problem here?
Oh, I never set it up like that. Because you climbed up like over the right edge already. Like, I always climb up on the left and then walk to the edge, so you're at the exact same spot every time.
Oh,
If that makes
okay.
sense.
Good to know now that I know I'm done. It is.
Wait, what was that? What were those 3 small climbs or whatever?
Dude, please,
What was
don't
that?
judge me. I don't have a setup.
What? You just climbed 6 times.
What? Oh, okay. Well, good to know.
Oh,
I'm sorry, people, that I suck at this game.
well, good you don't have to do the like old setup where you
What?
don't jump off, but you climb into the trigger and then drop at the exact right time.
Oh, that's actually.
It's
Sounds
faster,
cool.
but it's kind of hard. And if you mess it up, you don't get to retry. Well, if you're too late, you don't get to retry.
Seid ihr da?
Zeigt ihr das?
Hier bin ich.
Funky. Yeah, probably.
Farah!
Ich bin hier. Wo seid ihr?
Bleibt dort. Ich komme zu euch.
Also,
Farah?
if you ever need to take rewinds on the left here,
Bleibt dort.
just stay them here,
Seid ihr
not
da?
later on.
Ich bin hier drin.
Right.
Because, so, what I mean, I think that's the reason why you should pick them here is, first of all, you can't fail anything from here on. I mean, apparently Farah can die if you're too slow, but, well, rip. So, if you take the sound clouds on the right that we just passed, Farah will already take damage, so, you know,
Wow.
It's not really safe.
Was habt ihr so lange gemacht?
Oh,
And
I usually-
warten?
When I take it there, it's because it's the last opportunity to take sand.
okay. But yeah, I normally just take that sand on the lab that we talked, because just works better. There's
Ah.
no consequences, I guess.
That was a good statue. I couldn't figure out that setup for the pop runs. Run.
Yeah, neither did I, just happened.
Oh.
Da seid ihr ja. Seid ihr sicher, dass ich euch nicht aufhalte?
Schon gut, schon
I mean,
gut.
Die Halle
There
des
was time when I
Wissens.
was thinking that if you push the statue back a bit, I mean more to the right,
Wir sind auf
towards
der
the
falschen
line when
Seite der
it would
Wälder.
stuck,
Wir
and
müssen
then
zurück
like do
durch
the
den
clip, it
königlichen
would
Palast.
be
Nun gut, lasst uns einen
just
Ausweg
like it
suchen.
was now, but nah, don't have idea why it's working the way it's working. Just pray that you get good statue, guys.
At least you used the setup for this.
Oh my god.
Really hard to
it
do
took-
this without a setup.
I mean, the only setup here is just that line, and I already messed it up. If I did first person there, I think it would fail.
Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of lenient, but
Yeah.
might have failed you. Yeah, the trick's so crazy. Like, if you don't know, people in the chat, but there's a cutscene right after that door, and if you hit it, you get soft locked basically. So you have to skip over the cutscene. It was really hard to find that. Because I remember Asko and I were trying, and I was trying to get around the cutscene. And then Asko was like, nah, just go through the cutscene. So then he found a setup. That's pretty cool.
Oh my god, so cool.
But you actually didn't know, Gris?
You're actually trolling,
Alright.
right, Grace? There's no
You
way
have to be
you
me,
can.
man.
Haha!
Sometimes it's hard to tell without human emotion. Okay, thank God.
Ich komme!
Wartet! Wollt ihr nicht das Tor öffnen?
I mean, there were some. When I started Zipless, there were some things that I just did because people did it, so I didn't really know why you need to do it the
Das
way
Tor
they
ist offen.
had to be done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember you like clipping a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of random stuff that happened to you that already happened to us a bunch of times. It was really funny.
also, I saw that you did
Ah,
wall
slow
run
setup.
here.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? Like doing wall run here, it's just
I have-
insanely crazy.
I have faith in my ability to stop wall running at the right time.
Gosh. Okay, B minus 2 minutes next time, and I'll see if it's if the fate is
I
there.
think I almost failed it at pop runs.
Kommt
Wait.
schon.
No, I didn't do this segment at pop runs. Wait, when did I
Ah,
almost
ein
fail it?
Spalt.
Moment, lasst uns erst den Korridor überprüfen. Na gut, ihr nehmt den Spalt.
Because I did this segment in pop
Gleich.
runs. Because of the rewind trick. How are there no memes in this run? This game is a meme.
Okay, to those people
Fair.
Au!
that don't know this area, I mean the game so well, this is the area where normally Farah opens the door for you, but in this case she just won't, because why not? And so we kinda have to find a way to get through the door or get to the other side without Farah. And we do this rewind trick, which is very bad, but I caught it first try, I don't know how.
That's a really
So-
high wall run. The initial
Awesome.
wall run was really good.
Yes. What I found out with that trick is though, like when you do rewind, hold the special button, so the wall run button, and when you stop rewinding, just the prince will still be like in the wall run state, and you can just
Yeah.
jump nicely. If you just spam jumps, sometimes it can happen that you know, do the jump too early, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Prince fails. Also,
Yeah,
big
that's the
punch.
same I do. Because also, if the rewind trick happens pretty close to the wall, you can get like a little bit of a wall run
Yeah,
if you're just holding wall run.
exactly. And it's just nice.
Good.
It's safer.
Also, yeah, big palm tree first try is like it's always funny just to watch because you see like the first jump's like okay, that's good. Second jump, okay, and the third jump, oh, he got it.
Tochter eines Maharadschas. Meine
It's
Sklavin
very
zwar,
nice.
aber sie hat königliches Blut. So kann ich ihr wildes Wesen besser zähmen. Gar nicht schlecht, seine Frau mit
Actually,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I asked
Yeah.
Robbie at the start of the run if it's like if I could do the clip here that the Grease is mentioning, but I guess now that I'm done with this category, I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, this is just not doable.
Passt auf Nägel auf.
Not that I would actually do it, probably.
The enemies are way too hard to control. Even segmenting it at that exact point makes it almost undoable.
Also, exiting
Das
that
ist die Brücke
area
zum
with
Turm der Dämmerung.
104.48 as best possible time is just, I don't know, just, you know, decent.
Well, a trick is never
Seid
mandatory.
vorsichtig auf der Treppe.
Right. Well, that might be the case now. No. There's still a bit of improvement left, but to get everything as good as this run, it's kind of hard. Needs a lot of grinding.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Because
I think this will.
there weren't any big mistakes. There were just like some tiny ones that
Wie im
happened
Palast
Yeah.
meines
throughout the run.
Vaters.
It's like 10 seconds here and
Ich
there,
habe
and
niemals
that's it.
einen
Yeah.
Fuß hineingesetzt. Nun war ich selbst
And then
ein
when
Gefangener
pressure
auf der
gets you and you
Suche nach
start
einem
making the
Ausweg.
silly mistakes.
Yeah, I hope Toka doesn't grind this, because he will go insane. There's honestly no real need to. I mean, unless you want to build record, but I personally don't really care about like having world records, but I do care about the game being optimized. And this runs a pretty good showcase of that.
Also, one of the harder rewind tricks here, at least for me. But by the first try, it's nice.
Yeah, that was really cool. This was found by Cribben,
Eine Folterkammer.
the legendary
Das erste Mal,
speedrunner.
dass ich die Gerätschaften
He,
aus der Nähe
he was just
sah.
messing around in prison.
Nah genug, sie zu
Then he
berühren.
rewind tricked one of the platforms by accident
Waren
and
die
he
Männer,
got
deren
like
Aufgabe es
inside
war,
the wall.
Antworten auf die dringlichen Fragen des Königs
And then
auszupressen.
I think it was
Am Ende
Asko who
ereilte sie das gleiche Schicksal
figured
wie
out that you
ihre
could use that to drop on
Wächter
top
und
of the
Gefangener,
door.
gleichgestellt durch den Sand der Zeit.
It's really insane.
Yeah, pretty cool trick.
Before that, prison was really awful. Because back then, bugs, glitches, stuff didn't exist. So we did some crazy button rewind tricks, shenanigans.
Was Mega Freeze known back then? I mean, Mega Freeze has to use.
I don't think
Like
we
a-
had Mega Freeze at this point in the Zipless run. I think we got Mega Freeze during the elevator fight,
Oh, yeah.
so we never had it.
That's bad.
Yeah, rewind tracking the button is pretty awful.
Last rewind trick. Let's see.
Wow, first try. Who would have thought?
And of
Yeah,
course,
you got memed a bit here, yeah. You didn't do the fast
yeah, I didn't.
thingy.
Doesn't matter. I survived. That's all. Really matters there. But I had to rewind because I also didn't think I would survive a shot from Farah.
Yeah, you would have had to drink. So who in their right mind doesn't kill Farah here? This is faster than segmented. Insane. I think when I was testing this, she broke half of the time basically. So, guess this was pretty lucky.
Yeah, quite a bit. Is it first try? Well, of course.
This was so hype. I was like, oh shit, he actually got it.
Yeah.
Is it the run?
I was actually so in shock. Like, I was.
And this was really scary
Yeah.
to begin.
Oh my god. I did vertical wall run instead of horizontal.
Die Sanduhr ist
And,
nicht weit.
oh my god, whatever. Like, I was so in shock. Like, normally it takes me like at least 3 tries to get elevator. And to get it first try, I was. I don't know. Like, I couldn't even explain it. Just happened. Ooh, gold.
Ein Grab.
Ihr wart
You
da,
know,
den Dolch in der Hand.
know what would be the most
Warum
stupid
habt ihr
thing? That
gezögert?
we found how to skip this cutscene.
Ihr haltet euch für den Besten der Besten.
Then,
Aber
I
ihr
mean,
seid genau wie die anderen.
can't
My
even
rest
skip
would
it in any percent.
Verfluchte Soldaten.
Shit.
Alles, was sie
Oh.
können, ist kämpfen
we are
und
safe.
zerstören. Warum habe ich euch vertraut?
For some reason, I thought you'd skip it in 90%.
Warum
Okay,
habt ihr mir
guess
nicht
not.
vertraut?
Now you zip into the cutscene.
Wo seid ihr?
Ich bin hier.
Haltet meine Hand.
The load for the next area is like during this cutscene or something.
Was ich sagte, war falsch.
Nein. Ihr hattet recht. Alles geschehen.
So that's a nice
Ich wollte
moment
helfen.
to calm down after elevator skip.
I mean, I still didn't feel that much pressure. It was just shock that
Wenn dies
like, I
unser
didn't-
Grab sein soll.
when I started this run, it was all about the puzzle skip. And then to come to this part
Wir
and to
sind
get
zusammen.
first try tricks is just like, how?
Was ist
I was
los?
grinding this like a week ago. I couldn't do anything, and now
Ich
just
mag keine
boom
engen Räume.
happens.
Irgendwo muss ein
Yeah,
Gegner
maybe it
draußen
was
sein.
just a different mindset that helped you.
Als Kind.
Just a
werde ich
more
meine
chill
Mutter die
approach.
Heilsbrot. Sie sagte, wenn ich Angst hätte,
Just like, oh, I'm just gonna do a run and then see what happens.
und eine magische
Oh,
Quelle
really good
auszubrechen.
run. Whoops.
Ich habe niemandem davon erzählt.
That was
Kein Wunder, ich habe nie
unexpected,
was Lächerlicheres gehört.
because I think like a week ago I actually had insane run as well. I was minus,
Kolukiam,
I think I was minus 2 minutes and something as well,
nicht wahr?
and I died in elevator. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'm never getting that sick of a run again.
Like
And boom.
in a run like this, elevator looks so easy, but if you have to do it yourself, it's it's so inconsistent.
How many hours of practice for just for
Even if
elevator?
Even if you're executing it perfectly, it can still fail.
Yep.
And executing it perfectly is also not easy.
Like if I have to pick up the game, I mean, load the save, do the elevator now, I'll probably spend a few times failing it.
Yeah.
That's how rare it is for me to get it like nicely.
Yeah, when I was
Wo seid
practicing for
ihr?
pop runs, I got it like 1 in 5 times or something. It's like, yeah, it's fine.
Was
Then I
ist
got it first
wundervoll?
try
Wo
in
seid
the
ihr?
run. Or wait, was it first try or was it second try? Oh, it was pretty
I actually
good.
don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was good, yes.
Was macht ihr da?
Ich suche nach euch.
Yeah, it kind of started out as
Fahrer.
you know, just a really hard skip, but you can fail it 3 times and still save time. But then that always leads to, you know, just getting it first try.
Of course,
Kind of
yes.
where we are
Seid
now.
ihr?
Schließt mich in eure Arme.
Pretty crazy.
Ich sehe euch nicht.
The thing is, with even if you fail it like 4 times, you still save time compared to like going the normal way.
Yeah.
Fahrer?
But then you're like, but if I get it first try, and you start counting how many seconds you actually save, you're just like,
Abweisend.
I need it first try.
Fahrer?
Will he forget to put sword out? I guess not.
Yeah, I had to try really hard to motivate
Was
people
sie
into
wirklich die magische
doing
Höhle?
the elevator skip in
Wenn es ein
runs.
Traum war, dann war es einer, den wir beide träumten. Es war kein Traum.
But it's like, it's legit hard skip. Like,
Yeah, it's
just for the elevator, I had to spend hours
Fahrer.
upon hours just what will work, what won't
Oh
work.
nein.
Rewatching
Yeah.
your video on YouTube like 5 times, not more. Just insane.
yeah, I
Also
don't think
here.
I've spent more time on any other trick in any game than elevator skip.
Yeah.
It took me like a week or something to like
Oh nein.
figure out a setup. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
It took me a very long time. Or was it? Wait, was it because of segmented? I'm not sure.
Fahrer!
No, I'm pretty sure that also was just a factor to do the segmented run. We had all these super inconsistent skips that we just now do in the normal run, but back then they were really hard. Or, well, I guess they're still hard now.
Yeah, they're still hard.
Now you have to do them to get world record. I guess that's the only thing that's changed. Yeah, good question. What will you run now? Wings Club.
Oh, Wings Club. Oh my god. That's. I don't want to promise anything, but probably T2T.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Vorsicht! Ihr verraucht nicht den gesamten Sand!
Yeah, Funky, I don't think we were talking about the same T2T, but nice try.
I still even call it T2T. On mobile? Doesn't it have a different name?
Does it have name the Two Towers? Also here, I was pretty nervous, so
Yeah. Can just feel the nerves.
I should just go with NMG strat. Ah. This is Greece. Greece is just like, oh, I've been forced to do T2T run. Let's force others to do T2T run as well.
He doesn't want to be in pain on his own. And what category would you start with? Just NMG?
NMG, yes.
Yeah,
the
I think
first-
NMG is probably the best.
First half of run is already done. I mean, I know first half of the run. Besides Mahista boss fights,
Oh yeah, Mahasti.
Mahasti. For me it's Mahista.
Oh.
I don't know why I remember it as Mahista, but call it Mahista. Also very sloppy movement here, and I totally forgot that you need to go right instead of left, but
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's kind of scary.
yeah.
But
Luckily my brain remembered.
it figured out.
So if I turn left and then swing left, wait, I'll pull down. Yeah, it's the opposite side. Also here on the last jump, if you press alternative view, and when Prince climbs up, your camera gets resetted, so you don't get the awkward camera when you climb up. Very cool trick.
Oh.
That's why I keep doing it that way. And of course, just like in NMG record, I still don't know the count here. I mean, I know it's like 9.5 or something, but I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, I was trying to console you a bit. Because he was like, ah, that was so bad. Yeah, Eraser's probably triggered right now.
Let's see if this fight went well. Nein, Farah!
Farah, no.
This fight is so much less RNG than that fight. Just insane.
Yeah, it's just 50-50. They either block or they don't. I guess there's also the chance of them getting stuck.
Yeah.
Also, nice kick.
Auf.
At least you didn't pull a Kata. You die in last fight on world record pace.
Toka actually already mentioned this in the commentary we did for NMG.
Oh.
That it was pretty bad. And I actually watched it afterwards.
It's really painful.
Yeah. He was just like, why do I even bother continuing?
Yeah, it's still really fresh in my mind, Toka. It's just so traumatizing.
Also, 237 fight, it's pretty good. Now, let's see how quickly
Ich kümmere mich um
I
den
do this.
Eindringling. Matrude wate mampari.
Also, why I wall run there is to
Was für
avoid
ein
getting
Zauber
hit
ist
by
das? Hört auf
him,
damit!
but
Prinzessin,
it just so
er
happens
kam,
that
euch zu entführen.
Vizier likes to hit twice. For like when you jump over him.
Wird euch betrügen. Alles wird geschehen, wie ich es vorhersagte.
So how do you do this part?
I just
Vergesst nicht,
like a
er ist ein
reference.
persischer Soldat.
Just do it.
yeah, I just
Ich
do
habe
it.
euch die Wahrheit erzählt.
Yeah, that position was
This-
kind of sketchy,
Es
but
ist geschehen. Ich meine,
yeah,
I
you took the
always
right
angle.
angle.
Yeah.
es wird
If you,
geschehen.
if you go from the middle right now, I don't think it would have worked. Yeah, this was a good angle.
And watch this.
Au!
I was like, okay, he isn't stuck, he got this. Boom.
Yeah. Second try. Like, what are the chances of him actually?
So beautiful. Yeah, he just poked twice in a row. So how nice.
Yeah. 114. Pretty ridiculous. That's fine.
Very nice. GG.
Time for the GG, guys.
So insane.
Any percent normal? No thanks. No thanks. It's so nice after a run to hear time only knows. This is the best thing after a good run.
I mean, 90% is easy, right? It just has last fight skip. That's the only hard thing. The rest is just zipping. You do the same trick every time. How can it be?
I would actually have to play with keyboard and mouse. Just no thanks. No thanks. Really. Just not my thing. Go ahead, why you take it? Oh, it's only 40 minutes, so should I just like take the war tracker right now? I'm just kidding. Please no. But yeah, Robbie, thanks for doing a commentary.
Yeah,
me?
no problem.
I really appreciate
for
it.
the world record.
Robbie was
I got
actually
to
here.
Yeah, I got to
True.
watch it live.
Yeah. Thanks guys for coming by. And I guess I'll be ending my stream here.